Whatever you do right after you become a widower, meaning I just lost my wife, ignore all the advice, just do whatever you want to do, have a good time. What horrible advice that would be. What should you actually do when you lose your spouse? You're suddenly single, wake up one day, kiss your wife goodbye, and whoosh, by the end of the day, you are no longer married. What on earth do you do to transcend that? Number one, you're going to be confused. Your eggs have been scrambled. You're kind of disoriented. There used to be two of you. Now there's one of you. You used to have someone to talk to, argue with, visit with, cuddle, and what have you. And now, whoosh, you're all by yourself. So what do? Just showed you what to do first. That is, take a great, big, deep breath of air. Research tells us that, no kidding, taking in a big, deep breath of air through your nose as much as you can, and then one more short breath after that, kind of dissipates some anxiety. I have said for years to folks to put a smile on your face, regardless of whether you want to or not. Look up at the ceiling. Take a big, deep breath. I am sorry. It is hard to be anxious and depressed if you have a smile on your face, regardless of your mood, and you're looking up at the ceiling. If you want to feel anxious, all you have to do is bend over a little bit, breathe rapidly, and suddenly you'll have a headache. So, number one, take a deep breath. Number two, kind of establish a baseline. You might want to locate your car keys, your wallet, your telephone, your computer. I take a look at your bank account just to see how that's doing. I take a look at your money levels. I take a look at your expenses. If you and your wife are together and she dies, there's some authorities to call in terms of what to do next. Hopefully in advance, you have your estate plan in place so that you don't die intestate. Dying intestate means you died without a will, which is very inconvenient. Lawyers love that because, oh boy, you generate a lot more income for them. Let me tell you a quick story on being a widower. In my case, that happened to me in 1999. I was 51 years of age at the time, and now 78 years of age. About 2 years. One, I was a widower. Two, how did that happen? Horrible, horrible story. I remember the Dallas Police Department came to my home, asked if I was John Checky. I said yes. He said, you need to call the medical examiner's office in Austin, Texas. I asked the policeman, is my wife deceased? All he said was, would you like the phone number? Gave me the phone number, and then he left. I'm told that's not the procedure they were supposed to follow in 1999. But anyway, that is what he did anyway. So I called down there, and you'll find this one more horrible story. I got voicemail. Not making that up. Wait a few minutes, call back, finally get somebody on the telephone. And I was told by the nice person who answered the phone, the medical examiner's not in the office, I'll have them call you back. And I said, look, would you put the phone down, go down the hallway, ask somebody to give you permission to go ahead and tell me what the heck is happening at this time? Is my wife dead? A few minutes later, he came back at the phone and said, your wife is deceased. So what was the cause of death? And he said, speed and alcohol. And I thought, speed? My wife did not do speed. What he meant was going too fast, 76 miles an hour and a 55 mile an hour zone. So I hung up the phone with him. I know you're going to find this bizarre, but I called the tissue bank in Austin, let them know my wife had died, and asked them to contact the medical examiner's office to go ahead and secure the body so they could extract whatever it was they could extract in terms of tissues that would be usable for someone else. They could use eyes or skin or heart or whatever else that particular person, my wife at the time, had left over that would be okay. Then I called her sister and her father, and all her father said was, when I said she had died, all he said in a car wreck, all he said was, and I thought, just amazing. At any rate, and after calling a couple more people, our son rather, and daughter, I called a friend of mine, Bill Kimball. I said, Bill, little Janice is dead, died in a car wreck. Would you mind calling the rest of the family? I really just am not up to doing that. Then I got a call from Prestonwood Baptist Church. At the time, we were members of a Bible study. And the lady said, we're just verifying that you'll be there this evening. I said, ma'am, I do not want to spoil your day, but my wife was killed today in a car wreck. We will not be making your Bible study or the Bible study. She, of course, said, I'm so sorry. About an hour later, one of the ministers came by to see how I was doing. Another friend came by to see again how I was doing. People prayed for me, and that was very nice. I had a hard night sleeping. Arranged for a funeral, arranged for a musician, arranged for a eulogy, which I wrote, and then made my adjustments. What were some of them? Number one, got to cook for myself full-time rather than part-time. Two, got to try and locate where the various pots and pans were. Although I had cooked, it was just a little bit out of a body experience in terms of what is and what ain't. And then proceeded to, one, go back to my office. Two, go back into life in terms of what to do. Was attending church, reaching out for clients. At the time, I was reading something called pop-ups, which is a little blurb, a little email that I sent to various people. Then after a while, I dated this person, that person, and other people, and quickly discovered after 2 years that a whole bunch of ladies in North Central Texas spent more money than they make. Helpful hint to you. Number one, and take a deep breath. Number two, avoid signing any papers for a couple of years. Number three, make decisions rationally and slowly. Write a lot of stuff down. Have an extra set of keys. Have an extra set of glasses. Have an extra calculator. If possible, even have an extra computer. Again, your eggs have been scrambled. Straighten out your affairs. Straighten out credit cards, bank accounts, investments, investment accounts, and the like. Try and console your family without completely sucking the life out of yourself. Sleep regularly, meaning go to bed at a certain time of day, get up at a certain time of day, eat properly. If you drink alcohol, try and not to drink too much of that. Drink plenty of water. Get out of your home. See other people. Take advantage of the amazing community and family you've developed over your lifetime. And try on a good day, put a smile on your face. On a bad day, just cry your eyes out and go hide in a corner. The main thing widowers commonly do is just withdraw. I'm not going to recommend withdrawing. I think it's a really bad idea. In my case, I jokingly say I dated half of North Central Texas. This is John Checky, co-founder of Checky Financial. This is just one of a series of podcasts, really actually YouTube broadcasts, on the subject of what to do when you're a widower. How to recover from it, how to adjust to it, what to do next. Stay tuned. There'll be more on this subject on the next one. and be more inclined to specific steps as to what to do, how to do it, and the like, what the time frames are. Now, not just to survive, but to thrive in this new, exciting stage of your life. Have fun, be well. This is John Joseph Checky Jr., co-founder of Checky Financial.